Hi class, this is Jeff. I am going to show you how to use a cell phone to plot your location on a map. Okay, so let's say you are, before you go out, you know kind of where you're going to go, and you know a couple of peaks that you're going to look at. And so we're going to call up Google Maps at google.com, and then we need to go to the menu and click terrain. And so that'll convert this into a map that shows us the peaks. Okay, and there's a couple of peaks on here that look pretty good, and so I'll look at this one here and call it peak A, and this is peak B. Okay, and so my idea is when I'm somewhere around here, and so I'm going to basically use a compass shot from here and see what this range is, what the angle is to this compass, and it'll be about, our example will be 282, we'll see, and then this one here, it will be 141. Okay, alright, so let me show you how I got those. So if I go to these pictures that I took, these are using a special cell phone app called Theodolite, and it has a crosshair where you're looking at, and so I have a crosshair right here, and so that's my point A landmark, and then on my screen it shows me 282 degrees, and then it's true north. So true north means it's actually the north is the basis for this, and not magnetic north. So if it's magnetic north on your cell phone, then you need to just point it out, and if you get 282 degrees, then you would need to add roughly 16 degrees to that number for the map work. Okay, so this is point A, so 282 degrees. And then if we go to point B, and so point B is going to be 141 degrees. Okay, and so this is this point right there. Okay, so now that I've got my 282 degrees and 141 degrees, I can then go to a map, my Google Maps, and so I've identified these roughly as point A was looking at this peak here. This is A, and then point B is looking at this peak, B. Okay, and so now I have to, you need to print out these maps and have a printed copy. Then you're going to take it to your table at home or wherever you're going to do this, and you put the map, the top of the map is always considered north unless it says otherwise. So this is north up here. And so you're going to orient this map so that it lays on the table being towards the north. So the top of the map, this part up here, is going to be facing north. Okay, and so that orients your map. So now you can take your cell phone, and so point A was 282 degrees. So I take my cell phone and I take the top of it, and then I rotate it this way or this way, and so until my 282 comes up on my compass on my thing. So when I get to 282, then that'll be, one edge will be onto the peak, and then I can draw a line down past that or wherever it is. So let's start back over. Okay, so it's in reality it's going to be somewhere over here when I drew my line. Okay, so this is my cell phone here. Here's the compass part, and so 282 degrees was right up here towards this direction, and so I just spun my compass. My phone actually lays on the paper, and I just slide it left and right with this is the pivot point. And so it either goes here, or if I have to go down here to get 282 to show up, I always keep this corner on the mark of my point A until I get to 282 degrees showing up on my compass again. Alright, so let's say that my line turns out to be right through there, and then I go to my second point, point B, which is right here, and I put my cell phone one edge on point B, and here it might say it's only 180 degrees, so that's not right there. So I'm going to twist it somewhat. Here's my little rotate until I get 141 degrees showing up. Okay, so once I get 141 degrees, I can then draw my line. So here we're at a cell phone that has 141 degrees. So this is the point, the top of the cell phone where your flash is, and the top of your sight here. And so when I get to 141, then I can lay it on here and I can draw a line on my paper right like this. And then where the two cross, that's my location, roughly. It's not exactly correct because there's always all this wiggling around inciting the area. So keep in mind that if you're using a cell phone that's set to true north, you can take the bearing numbers right off the cell phone when you look at the mountaintops. But if it's a magnetic north, then you have to add 16 degrees to the number. So if this on a magnetic setting north, you know, if it turned out to be 260, then you would have to add 16 degrees to 266 to be the when you're going to work on a map. So whatever this is what you viewed on your viewfinder or when you had your compass out, and you have to add 16 to convert it to that. So you can go into your edit settings on your cell phone to see if it's a map, if it is true or magnetic north. So I set my compass to magnetic north, to true north, so then I don't have to do the correction. That's declination. Okay, so the scheme of things you want to do is go out and find two prominent peaks that are somewhat close to you, because you don't want a map that it's way off the map. So you know, this one was pretty close, about a mile away, and so I sighted it on my compass and lined it up until I got a bearing. So that was 282, and then this one I sighted on this peak here, it was 141, and then I come back into the house, and then I take my compass phone. This is very important, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I have to do this away from metal. And so I'm going to set it on a table with no metal around it, and then I can line up my cell phone to the on the peak. So if I'm going to do point A, I'm going to do pivot the cell phone on one corner on point A until it shows up 282 degrees, and then I'll draw a line. Then I go to this other one, pivot the corner of the phone onto this one at 141, and then draw a line, and where they cross is where you are, and that's it. So good luck on doing this. I hope it works well. If it not, that's how we learn. Often we learn more by things not working, because then we have to investigate a little bit. But that is how you would go about doing finding your location on a map with a cell phone. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.